On my birthday, a mysterious alpha wrote me a letter saying, "Don't date other men because you belong to me, and I will make you my partner when the time is right." I was confused by this, so in order to reveal this mysterious alpha, I agreed to go on a date with a guy who had been pursuing me. As we were walking through the park, Luke suddenly asked, "Can I kiss you?" His voice was raspy, full of expectation. "Maybe you don't need my permission," I said with a smile, lowering my voice. He gently lifted my chin, and as his lips got closer, I closed my eyes, but just before our lips met, Luke jumped back, letting out a pained grunt. "Oh no," he muttered, rubbing his head, his face twisted in discomfort. "Oh no, what's wrong?" I asked. "Just a headache," he gritted through his teeth. "I'm sorry," I said, studying him closely. "It's okay, it's better now," he reassured me, his expression softening again. "Good," I smiled, his fingers touched my chin again, lifting my face, ready to kiss me. Just as I closed my eyes once more, Luke let out an even louder sound of pain, clutching his head tightly. "Oh no," he said, his voice strained. "I've never had a headache like this before. Maybe you should see a doctor," I suggested, my worry growing. Luke took a deep breath, letting it out slowly. "Yeah, maybe. It might just be from studying too hard earlier. Don't worry, the pain's gone now." I raised an eyebrow. "Are you sure? Does this mean we can't have lunch?" Luke laughed, despite everything. "Oh, we're having lunch, but I'm afraid the kiss will have to wait until after." He winked at me playfully. I giggled, and he gave me a quick hug before we kept walking. A few minutes later, we sat down at an outdoor cafe for lunch. After finishing my last bite of a burger, I took a big sip of my drink through the straw and said, "Thanks." "No problem," Luke replied with a warm smile. "I really enjoy being with you." I smiled back. The feeling was mutual. Luke's laid-back nature made me feel so at ease, and I found myself really enjoying his company. "I enjoy being with you too," I admitted. "I never thought I would feel this way, but I do." Luke's grin widened. "I'm glad I didn't give up on you." We shared a knowing smile, both feeling the connection between us growing stronger. His gaze drifted to my lips, his voice dropping a little lower. "You know, you're pretty even when you're eating." As our gazes locked, the air between us shifted. Luke's thumb brushed across the back of my hand, and he leaned in. I could feel my breath quicken as our faces drew closer. I could almost feel the warmth of his lips, but then, Luke winced, quickly clutching the back of his head, gasping in pain. "Oh no, not again." My heart sank. Another moment ruined. Another headache? "Yeah," he said, sitting back and massaging the back of his neck. "It's happening way too often. I really think you should see a doctor," I said quietly. Luke nodded, still rubbing the spot. "I'll make an appointment tomorrow. I don't want this to mess things up for us." His words were meant to be reassuring, but my thoughts were in turmoil. This wasn't the first time something had interrupted our time together. Was it really just a headache? Luke tried to break the awkwardness. "Come on," he said, "let's just enjoy our lunch." "Yeah, let's not ruin this date," I replied. We continued eating, and Luke changed the subject, asking about my parents. I glanced over Luke's shoulder, my gaze drifting to the street outside. A sleek black luxury car had just pulled up to the curb. A man stepped out of the car, instantly catching my attention. He was tall, muscular, wearing a perfectly tailored black suit. When he took off his sunglasses, revealing a pair of striking gray eyes, I couldn't help but look away. His eyes scanned the area coldly, calculating, before locking onto mine.